At Eureka, gold in California. Hey there, buttercups. Let's rewind to 1848 California. Imagine this. A carpenter named James Marshall is working on a sawmill for John Sutter. It's a normal day, or so he thinks. Suddenly, bam! He spots something shiny in the American River. Gold. Little did he know this discovery would change everything. Word got out slowly at first. Sutter, a savvy businessman, wanted to keep it hush-hush. He knew a gold rush would disrupt his plans for an agricultural empire. But secrets like that? They are hard to keep. Enter Sam Brannan, a San Francisco merchant. He gets wind of the gold and sees a golden opportunity, literally. He runs through the streets of San Francisco, waving a bottle of gold dust, shouting, "Gold! Gold from the American River!" Brannan made his fortune selling mining equipment, tools, and supplies to prospectors. Talk about a marketing genius. Well, that did it. The news spread like wildfire. People caught gold fever and started dreaming of striking it rich. This was not just a local phenomenon, y'all. The news went global, sparking a mass migration unlike anything the world had ever seen. Hold on to your hats, folks, because 1849 saw a tidal wave of humanity crashing onto California's shores. They called themselves the 49ers, and they came from every corner of the globe. Farmers, shopkeepers, teachers, lawyers, everyone was suddenly a gold prospector at heart. From the eastern United States, folks piled into covered wagons, enduring grueling journeys across the continent. Some braved the treacherous voyage around Cape Horn at the tip of South America. Others sailed to Panama, crossed the isthmus, and then set sail again for San Francisco. Can you imagine the stories these 49ers could tell? The hardships they endured, the dreams they chased. They were a diverse bunch, Americans, Europeans, Chinese, Mexicans, South Americans, all united by the allure of gold. This mass migration transformed California practically overnight. From a sleepy backwater, it became a bustling hub of activity. San Francisco, a small village just a year ago, exploded into a chaotic but exhilarating city. Now life in the gold fields wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. It was hard, dirty, and often dangerous work. Picture this: thousands of men, knee-deep in muddy water, panning for gold under the scorching California sun. Towns sprung up overnight, almost like mushrooms after the rain. These boom towns, with names like Hangtown and Rough and Ready, were rough around the edges, to say the least. They were a wild mix of saloons, gambling dens, and supply stores, all catering to the needs and vices of the 49ers. Life was a gamble. Some folks struck it rich, finding their lucky strike and heading home with pockets full of gold. But for most, it was a constant struggle. They toiled for months, even years, with little to show for their back-breaking labor. And let's be honest, these boom towns were not for the faint of heart. They were lawless places where disputes were often settled with fists or guns. But amidst the chaos, there was also a sense of camaraderie, a shared spirit of adventure and resilience. Rough and tumble justice in the Wild West. Now, when I say lawless, I mean it. The gold rush turned California into the Wild West. Law enforcement? Well, let's just say it was a work in progress. Sheriffs were often outnumbered and outgunned. Vigilante justice, for better or worse, became the order of the day. Imagine this: a miner gets robbed. He rounds up a posse, they catch the thief, and boom, justice is served, often with a rope and a tall tree. Was it right? Not always. But it was the reality of the time. Courts were crowded, and judges had their hands full dealing with claim jumping, theft, and the occasional duel. It was a time when fortunes were made and lost on a handshake, and your word was your bond. Except when it wasn't, of course. The gold rush was a crash course in law and order, or the lack thereof. It forced California to grow up fast and create a system of governance that could handle the influx of people and the challenges of a booming economy. California transformed. A golden state emerges. The gold rush was a turning point for California. It went from being a sparsely populated territory to a bustling state in the blink of an eye. In 1850, California joined the Union, becoming the 31st state. And guess what its nickname became? The Golden State. Remember John Sutter, the guy who owned the land where gold was first discovered? Talk about bad luck. The gold rush ruined him. Miners overran his property, destroying his crops and scaring off his workers. He died a broken man, a bitter irony for the man who started it all. But for California as a whole, the gold rush was a game changer. It brought people, money, and infrastructure. Roads, railroads, and telegraph lines were built to connect the booming state with the rest of the country. Agriculture flourished, thanks to the demand for food from all those hungry miners. And the seeds of industry were sown as businesses sprang up to support the gold rush economy. California was no longer a sleepy outpost. It was a vital part of the American fabric. The price of gold, environmental and social impacts. But hold on, y'all. It was not all sunshine and roses. The gold rush came with a hefty price tag. The environment took a major hit. Miners used hydraulic mining, blasting away hillsides with high-pressure water jets. This left behind scars on the landscape that are still visible today. Rivers and streams were choked with sediment, harming fish and wildlife. Forests were cleared for timber, and mercury, used to extract gold, poisoned the land and water. The environmental consequences were devastating. And sadly, it was not just the environment that suffered. The gold rush had a devastating impact on California's indigenous population. Native Americans were driven from their ancestral lands, their populations decimated by disease and violence. It is a dark chapter in California's history. The gold rush, for all its excitement and opportunity, exposed the ugly side of human greed and its impact on those who were already marginalized. It is a reminder that progress often comes at a cost. The gold rush legacy, a golden thread in history. So, what is the legacy of the California gold rush? Well, it is more than just a bunch of old prospectors and dusty boom towns. The gold rush irrevocably shaped California's identity and its place in American history. It created a state known for its entrepreneurial spirit, its diversity, and its can-do attitude. The gold rush reminds us that with great risk can come great reward, but also great responsibility. The stories of the 49ers, their dreams, their struggles, and their triumphs continue to capture our imaginations. They remind us that the pursuit of opportunity, for better or worse, is woven into the fabric of the American story. And hey, even today, the legacy lives on. Ever heard of a little football team called the San Francisco 49ers? Yep, that name is a nod to those intrepid gold seekers of 1849. So the next time you see their logo, remember the wild, wacky, and ultimately transformative era of the California Gold Rush.
Thank you for watching. Hope you found this video informative and entertaining. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. We do like to know and hear your feedback. And if you have the means, please consider supporting us on Patreon, where you can get early access to our videos and where we post bonus material. Till next time, this is Geeky Tidbits saying cheers and have a good day.